Have you ever asked yourself how Kjsea 2025 grading system shall look like? Walk with me as I break it down together with the Senior School Placement Camp 2026. Welcome. Moving on, we are going to look at the Kjsea grading and achievement levels, and we are going to make a clear summary of the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment Kjsea grading or scoring system for 2025, as it has been established by the Kenya National Examination Council 2025. So we need to understand that KNEC, or the Kenya National Examination Council, now uses 8-level achievement or grading scale to grade learners in grade 9 starting this year 2025. And these 8 learning or grading system or grading levels, we have EE1, EE1, which stands for exceeding expectation 1, and it has been awarded a percentage range of 90 to 100%. And in that particular range, the achievement level is also referred to as achievement level 8. Reason, it has been awarded 8 points in that particular level. So a learner scoring between 90 to 100 acquires 8 points in that particular learning area. The other learning level or achievement level is EE2 or achievement level 7. That means exceeding expectation 2 with a percentage range of 75 to 89%. It's also referred to as achievement level 7 because it has been awarded 7 points in that particular learning area. Then we have meeting expectation 1 or achievement level 6, which stands for ME1, with a percentage range of 58 to 74, between 58 to 74%, with points being 6 points in that particular achievement level. So only 6 points is awarded to a learner, or is given to a learner who scores between 58 to 74% in any given learning area. Then we have ME2 or meeting expectation 2, which also known as achievement level 5. And it's 5 because the learner is given 5 points in that particular learning area, scoring between 41 to 57%. That but in that particular learning area. So that is the fourth achievement level. And the fifth achievement level is AE1, which means approaching expectations 1, also known as achievement level 4. A learner scoring between 31 to 40% is awarded 4 points in that particular learning area. The next or the other achievement level is AE2, which stands for achievement level 3 or approaching expectations 2. A learner scoring between 21 to 30% is awarded 3 points in that particular learning area. If a learner scores between 21 to 30, is given 3 points. So for example, if a learner is in mathematics scores 25%, that particular learner has only 3 points out of the total points that have been given in the whole examination or in the whole assessment. So that is as approaching expectation 2 or achievement level 3. The other level of achievement is below expectation 1. Below expectation 1, which also means achievement level 2, whereby a learner scores between 11 to 20% and is awarded 2 points because it's achievement level 2. 2 points in that particular learning area. And lastly, we have BE2 or below expectation 2, where a learner scores between 1 to 10%, 1 to 10%. It's also referred to as achievement level 1 because the learner is given a maximum of 1 point. That's the reason it's referred to as achievement level 1. And that is the minimal grade that the learner can be given. There is no 0 in CBE, because the assumption is that there is no learner who does not know anything. So giving a learner 0 means the learner is the learner's mind is empty and cannot score anything. So the grading system starts from 1 to 100. So that is the minimal grade that a learner can be given. Even if the learner writes his or her name, is awarded 1 mark for that particular case. Having looked at the grading system in grade 9 or in the Kjsea, let's now dive in looking at how Kjsea contributes to the final placement to senior secondary schools. We need to understand that for learners who sat for their Kenya Junior Secondary Education Assessment, Kjsea, in 2025, their final placement into senior secondary school, that is grade 10, will be based on a combined score from 3 components. One of the components is the Kjsea itself. Kjsea itself shall contribute up to 60% of the final score of that particular learner. The other component should be school-based assessments from grade 7 and 8. Those school-based assessments shall contribute up to 20% of the final placement score of that given learner. And the other component shall be Kjsea, which is the national examination that was done in grade 6 or at the end of grade 6. And that particular component contributes up to 20% of the final placement score of the student. So the final score will then include 60% from Kjsea, 20% from CBS, 20% from Kjsea. And this means a student scoring 60 in Kjsea, 20 in SBS, and 20 in Kjsea shall be able to score maximum mark of 100%. Given a student A who scores 45 in mathematics in Kjsea, scores 15 in CBS, and scores 14 in Kjsea, that particular learner should be able to score 74%, which is equivalent to meeting expectation 1 in Kjsea. So that is the overall mark for that particular learner. And when you look at it, scoring 74 in mathematics, and if it was only one examination, the assumption is that the students could have scored 45. There is some goodness in this particular system of scoring or grading learners. So as we anticipate for the results to be announced come 11th of December 2025, learners should be placed in senior schools of their choice based on the merit. And when you talk about the merit, is One, how the student scored. Remember, we have different categories of schools. We have C1, we have C2, we have C3, and we have C4. C1 is a national school. So a student scoring EE1 in all the learning areas, or generally overall grade, is EE1. That student has higher chances of being placed in C1 category of schools, or what we call the national schools. Unlike a student who scores an overall grade of 40%, which is equivalent to approaching expectation 1. There will be a sort of competition in that case. So the first priority should be given to the one who scores a higher grade. So as we also talk about grading system in Kjsea, let's not forget that merit will be a factor in this case. So as we prepare to join different institutions, senior schools of our choice, let's prepare psychologically on the level of school that we need. Let's not be lied to that any learner can be placed in any institution of their choice. The merit shall be used to place learners to senior schools of their choice. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for you to get more content of this kind. Thank you.